So if you're a guy in your 20s, your 30s, or even your 40s, and you're going on a date or two a week, this can really start to add up financially. Especially if you're a guy who's overspending and you feel that you have the need to do outlandish dates, like going for drinks, a fancy dinner, and some sort of activity afterwards. And actually, I want to tell you, one of my clients, before he started working with me, he had taken this girl out on a first date to a fancy cocktail bar. Then after that, they went to this trendy upscale rooftop restaurant that overlooks the bay in the city that he lives in. And he ended up spending over $300 for a single evening. And then what happened was they both were tipsy, and in the cab ride home ended up getting into an argument. I mean, this is obviously not a good way to go for a first date, but the worst part of this is that he ended up spending over $300, like I said, on a single night with a girl that he doesn't even really know. So what I want you to do here is just imagine, just for a moment, that you're not even spending $300. Okay, let's just say you're spending $200 a week going out with a different girl. That would be upwards of $800 a month, okay, one day a week, on dates that you simply do not need to be spending, even if you do have that kind of money. And if you think about it, if you do need to spend that kind of money, what does this say about you and your level as a man and his ability to simply engage with a girl on a deeper level rather than spending your way through the evening and trying to buy her approval? Because essentially that's what it comes across as, right? And so the reason why I say you don't need to spend this much money is because a first date should simply be a gauge of compatibility and of chemistry. It is not a place for you to prove yourself. I mean, you should not have to prove anything. You being there is enough. So if you're on the date and there's chemistry, okay, you dig her, she digs you, then down the road you can potentially get into more involved activities when you guys get to know each other more. So with today's video, my goal is to save you guys a lot of time and a lot of money and, of course, frustration. So I'm going to walk you through a date that'll cost you about $50, give or take, but will have an infinitely higher reward in terms of creating a better experience for you and the girl. So what I want you to do is consider the idea of stripping down what a date actually is. And you're not going to give yourself a crutch with alcohol or fancy locations, okay? You can still drink, but consider the idea of taking a girl out for a single drink, maybe two max, and ask yourself, what would you do if you couldn't rely on fancy dinners or these fancy ambiances to get her to like you? What would you do? This is where a simple bar, like a neighborhood dive bar, comes into play. Now, I want you to stay with me because I know some of you may think that this is low class or a little bit lowbrow, but I'm going to explain to you why these are some of the best places to meet, okay? So, well, first of all, the obvious, nearly every city, big or small, has a dive bar, so you don't need to worry about finding a venue to meet. You can show up in any town or city and have a place to go. But beyond that, I want to get into 5 reasons a dive bar is the perfect place to go for a first date, okay? So, number 1, first of all, it is low cost. I mean, these places are not expensive. A drink usually costs no more than $10. So even if you do decide to each get 2 drinks, that's still less than $50, and you've still got a little change left over. And also, by keeping the date inexpensive, you're setting a tone here that says, hey, I don't need to be buying your attention. I'm confident in who I am, and I'm here to get to know you and see what you're all about. Now, it's a subtle message, but it's powerful in that it tells her that, hey, I'm not here to show off. I'm here to just chill and have a good time. Number 2, the interesting clientele that they have there. Dive bars are laid back and attract some of the most interesting characters. And this is the stuff that good memories and experiences are made of, okay? This is a night that she'll remember. They might have a karaoke night and the world's most off-key singer shows up to do their best rendition of Michael Bolton. Maybe he sings When a Man Loves a Woman. Now, if the girl that you're with does not get a kick out of that, then you know that you are with the wrong girl, okay? Game over. A lot of bars like this have regulars who are real characters, will again add flavor to your evening, and it's going to offer plenty of moments to laugh. It's going to let you relax a bit and get closer. Now, I want you to compare this to a high-end, those dimly lit bars where everyone's too busy taking selfies and trying to impress each other. They're stiff, they're boring, and it leaves very little room for unexpected surprises that will bring you guys closer together. Number 3, all of these random circumstances give your date an opportunity for spontaneity and all sorts of things that you simply cannot plan for. But it also creates moments for social interaction with people at the bar. Now, you might be asking why this is important, so let me explain. There's something within women that when they see the man that they're with interacting with other people in a charming, fun, and smooth way, it causes them to see you in such a way that gives you an almost celebrity status, okay? So if you've got a couple of quick-witted comebacks that you spout off with the cute bartender or with the funny guy at the end of the bar, well, she's going to see you. She's going to see that you're a man who can handle himself. And she knows that if you're charming with others, then most likely you'll be charming with her. So this reveals that you know how to interact in ways that are not embarrassing and that you know how to think on your feet in social situations. And women really love this. Number 4. Dive bars will have things to do besides just drinking, okay? You don't simply need to get wasted. In fact, you shouldn't unless you want to end up arguing with your date in the cab like the guy at the beginning of this video was doing. Dive bars, they got pool, they've got darts, they've got video games like Big Buck Hunter, which is actually an awesome date game. So if your evening is flowing, you can lead the interaction away from the bar, where the two of you can now interact in a different way. There can be a little playful competition, some flirting. And if you're actually good at some of these games, it's again a way to subtly show mastery without going out of your way to show off and get into approval-seeking behaviors. And even if you suck at these games, it allows you to show how well you can keep your cool or make light of a personal deficiency. The beauty of having an activity is that it breaks the ice and takes the pressure off of constant conversation. So instead of sitting the whole time, now you're standing side by side, you're engaged in something playful, which like I said, naturally creates moments for teasing, a little lighthearted competition, flirting. You might even have an opportunity to go for a kiss before the night is over. And number 5, dive bars also allow you to see what kind of girl she is. Will she follow you on this adventure and have a good time? Or does she balk at the idea of going to a place that's beneath her? How does she react to the idea of a laid-back night out at a very simple place? Does she go with it? Does she laugh at all the interesting characters that you guys see at the bar and enjoy the moment? Or is she the kind of girl who acts like she's too good for it and is constantly checking her phone? Or maybe she's dropping hints about wanting to go to more elegant places that she'd rather be. This is where you guys can really learn about the girl that you're with and not just get mesmerized by her tits and ass. A girl who can have fun in a dive bar, who's surrounded by normal people, is probably a girl who is grounded and easygoing. She's showing you that she can appreciate the simple things in life, and she's not here for the money or the luxury. You're seeing her true personality. And on the flip side, if she's not digging it or seems uncomfortable the whole time, well, you saved yourself now the hassle of figuring that out after spending hundreds of dollars on a fancy first date. Whichever kind of girl she is, you do win in the end, because you'll either learn that she can throw down in a simple place, which is a great sign, or you're going to learn that she's a diva and you don't have to pursue her any further, and you're also not out hundreds of dollars. So the sooner you discover which one she is, the better. So guys, ultimately the first date should be about connection, not how much you're willing to spend. If you feel the need to throw money at a date to impress her, you're masking who you really are. And if she's the type of girl that can enjoy herself with you at a dive bar where it's just you, her, and the mood that you create together, well, she'll most likely appreciate your company anywhere. A $300 date is not going to make her like you more. It's probably just going to make her like your wallet more. A dive bar date strips away the distractions and lets you see her for who she truly is, while she gets to see and experience you. It's a powerful filter. I'm telling you guys, it's a powerful filter for figuring out if she's really into you or if she just is into the next shiny, expensive thing. So ask yourself this. Do you want to keep impressing women with money, or do you want to get with a woman who has a genuine burning desire for you? If you're ready to stop wasting time, money, and energy on dates that don't get you anywhere, download my free guide, The Gentleman's 12-Point Guide to Dropping Panties. This guide is packed with the tools you need to start owning your confidence and flipping the dynamics in your relationships. And if you're serious about leveling up and want to take it even further, book a one-on-one coaching session with me with the coaching links down below, and book a session that works best for you. All right, guys, that is it for this video. We will see you in the next one. Cheers.